Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. My name is Rebecca Ravenbird and today I am sharing your craziest trading stories in Wild Horse Islands. Speaking of trading stories, I'm actually going to get a trade here from my friend Charlie. We have a few friends that are joining us for today's trading video. We have Liv Unicrafting, we have Muffin from the Unwind with JD server, we have Charlie and Skyla as well. So let's see what the trade is. Apparently they say they have a surprise for me, so I'm really excited to see what this is going to be. Oh no, Charlie canceled the trade. Oh, she said that she had it locked. Okay. We also have a few friends that are joining us, a few random people that are joining us. So hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Hopefully you get featured. This is Muffin right here. Yeah, that's very interesting of a profile. Here we go. Charlie is coming back with the trade request here. I'm very excited to see what it is. I don't know what it could be. 10,000 or so leaves. Okay, 10,000 leaves and Andalusian horse. Okay, herd caught Andalusian. That is a wonderful, amazing trade. I'm going to go ahead and offer for something. This is honestly like a joke trade, but I think it's still funny that they offered basically 10,000 leaves. I'm going to go ahead and offer a moonstone because like, why the heck not? All right, here we go. Here's our very funny, very crazy trade to start us off here. Our first trading story is coming from Rainbow Bunny 2120, and they say, one day I was trading with someone because they offered for my Arabian. I swear they gave me the wonkiest looking horse. It was basically glitched into a triangle. I couldn't stop laughing because it looked crazy. So I told them and I said, oh yeah, my horses do that. They have a mind of their own. It was just really funny. Okay, so that's funny. It must have been some sort of visual bug or something like that, but basically the horses just turned into like, I don't know, a Dorito? Because Doritos are triangle shaped and your horse turned into triangles. That is interesting. I hope the trade actually worked and like you were able to see what the horse actually looked like, because that's really funny. The second trading story is coming from Muffin, and Muffin is the person you saw at the very beginning of the video with the Josh Hutcherson skin, and Muffin is actually a member of the Unwind with JD server. I know them very well. So they say, when I was in the trading hub, there was someone who was saying they were trading an IUH for a base Sabino Arabian, and lo and behold, someone had a base Sabino Arabian, and they wouldn't take any fair or fairly over offers. They wanted over offers. In the end, they left the game because everyone saw what they were up to. Okay, so that's definitely a very strange, if not sketchy, if not scammy situation. I don't know what the deal is. Like, what the heck? Why would you ever give an IUH for a pretty much a basic common horse? Like, you would never do that. If anything, like at a minimum, you would probably give an IUH for a mismatch, but even then you wouldn't do that. That's such a loss. The next trading story is from an anonymous user, and they say, one time I was trading with someone because they wanted to offer for my Dutch warm blood, and they randomly started adding 3 IUHs and accepted. I also accepted. They immediately said it was an accident, but I left the game because I was so excited to get 3 IUHs, and don't call me a scammer because I'm not. Okay, apparently it's a trend to massively overpay for basic horses in the game. I should start doing that more often. I don't have many horses that I can overpay with, but I don't know, that must be some sort of trend happening. I don't know, that's really strange. Like, why would you ever give that amount of IUHs for a mid-tier horse? It's a mid-tier horse. It's not as if it was like, I mean, who knows if it was OG stat? Who knows if it was a mismatch? Who knows if it was, you know, whatever. But I don't know, you guys can't overpay for horses like that. The next story is coming from Tanya, and they say, back in February 2022, I traded a V1 White Frisian for a V1 Valentine Frisian, and then I traded that V1 Valentine Frisian in November of 2022 for 2 Spring Arabians, 2 titles, and a bunch of other good ads. I don't remember exactly what it was. I'm happy with both of those trades. That sounds like a really good trade in my opinion. I don't know very much about values, but I know that the V1 Val Frisian is like super popular, super kind of hard to get your hands on, and then also getting 2 Spring Arabians, 2 titles, and a bunch of other good ads. I think that's pretty good. Definitely the Springies are very popular as well, and the titles. So yeah, that sounds like a really good trading chain in my opinion. So it's actually kind of nice that we got a positive trading story this time. The other trading stories were just kind of crazy, like random weird stuff happening, like crazy overpays, and this time we got a really nice trade. So I think maybe that should be my next video. What is your best trade in Wild Horse Islands? The next story comes from an anonymous user, and they say, I once asked a person about this hot KWPN Dapple Gray stud. So KWPN, that's the Dutch warm blood. We talked a bit, and then I trade requested them. They did absolutely nothing. I asked again, they did nothing, and I eventually had to leave after about 10 trade requests. Made me mad. Ooh, yeah, I'm sorry that you had to deal with an unresponsive person. I wonder what was happening in that situation on their end. Maybe their computer was dying or something weird like that. That could have certainly been a possibility. But you said that you sent 10 trade requests. Ooh, that's kind of a lot of trade requests as well. But also, what do you mean by saying a hot KWPN? Like, is the word hot some sort of like trading term that I'm not familiar with? That's a very interesting way of, I don't know, maybe were you just trying to say that the Dutch warm blood was like a really pretty one? I have never heard anyone say that a horse was hot before, so that's interesting as well. The next story comes from Savage Black Wolf, and they say, I got scammed for my dream coat. I was going to transfer it to my Arabian and Frisian, and a girl wanted it for a rare horse. So I did it, and I put the horse in and accepted, and she did it too, and she was going to sell her horse, so it was kind of even, but she left the game. Also, another time, I was trading a person, and they wanted a coat that I had, which wasn't rare, for their Valentine Frisian, and I did it, and now Lovely is one of my horses. Okay, so basically, you got a massive upgrade in that story. So somebody gave you a Valentine's Frisian for basically a rare coat? What the heck? So that, in that case, that was another massive overpay for another basic coat, but at least in this situation, you had a big win as well. But at the same time, was it a V2 Val Frisian or was it a V1? That I'm curious to know if it was V1 or V2. The next trading story is coming from Horse Rider 7172, and they say, I was trading a leafy quarter horse IUH, and this one girl came up and said, hey, can I offer? I said, sure. She put in an offer of an icy quarter horse IUH and asked for me to add, and so I decided to add some accessories, and like the new scam going around, she swapped it, and I asked if it was good, and she replied, yes. So we both accepted the trade, but I realized at the last second and was able to luckily decline before the trade went through. Good for you for recognizing that you were getting scammed and then also pulling out at the last second there. It's really, really tough out there to deal with like these IUH scams, and it's very lucky that you were able to just decline that trade right away. So therefore, you did not get a massive loss there. Goodness gracious, these scams are just crazy out here. The next trading story is coming from, once again, an anonymous user, and they say, once a girl was offering for my IUH. It was a Topaz Appaloosa. She had a decent offer of events and accessories, and she said that she had a friend that had a Spring Arabian, but she made up this whole story on how the friend didn't like her, so she wouldn't give her the Spring Arabian to trade with me, and that I would have to trade her the IUH and take her offer, and then her friend would give me the Springy. A scam, of course, so I just left. I think it was crazy to think that she thought it out so well and they believed that they would still be able to fool me. The Mustard is the name of the horse. It's the IUH Appy, is still safe and happy with me. Oh man, yeah, these trading stories are really, really elaborate sometimes, and it's crazy what people will do, like the lengths that people will go in order to scam people, in order to like guilt trip people and do all sorts of crazy stuff in order to get the stuff that they want and scam people. It's insane. You know, the thing that stands out to me about all of these stories is that like you guys are recognizing that you guys are being scammed. You guys are being smart about it. So that is really good to hear, because the more people recognize that they're being scammed, the more likely they can educate people who are maybe new to the game or don't realize that there are scams going around, and they can tell people, hey, that's not a fair trade. They swapped the horse. They're, you know, telling this elaborate lie or anything like that. So I think it's really good that you guys are recognizing that you're not being scammed. Keep those horses glued to your hip. Don't ever let them go. Alright everybody, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you want to be in the next video, be sure to click on the link in the description or click on my community tab so you can see when the next training time video is going to be coming out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody!